Back in 1970 when I started, the organization was made up of a bunch of very outdoor oriented individuals who spent their recreational time doing the kind of activities that we then helped other people get out of trouble with.
In the early days, we were poorly equipped. We all had to supply our own gear. We would have wool army surplus clothing, heavy stuff gets wet, that sort of thing. Nowadays, it's all Gore-Tex and wonderful stuff. But back then, we didn't know any better. That was the gear you used.
The equipment, my gosh, the blankets were wool and they had mothballs in them and holes, and the first aid gear was field dressings that were probably packaged, in the 40s and 50s. Oxygen tanks were made out of cast iron, everything super heavy. The stretchers were heavy. I mean, nothing was easy.
We had an old warehouse that we were given as warehouse space and all this equipment from the 50s, and it was from World War II, I think, to fight the Russians if they showed up. And we had other equipment that was newer stuff, like we had a two-stroke light that was a gas engine, and it would work a light beam, but that stuff would sit in a trailer for a year or two and the gas carburetor would just seize up. So we had a lot of stuff that we weren't able to use because it was too old and too obsolete.
We had one vehicle, which was a converted bread delivery van. There was certainly no specialized equipment. And so we relied on more or less brute strength to find somebody and bring them back.
When I started, we were given heavy-duty yellow rain slickers and pants that you've probably sweated more inside them than they kept the rain out.
Slowly the transition from personal acquired equipment to stuff we got from donations from different organizations, from CP Airlines for a jacket. And slowly the service club stepped in and started giving us funding from which we could then actually issue equipment.
When I joined, the sort of next generation of equipment had arrived. It's quite similar in that it's the same equipment, but equipment's gotten much lighter, much more functional, much more designed to the specific tasks that it needs to do. Things have really been refined, especially in the rope field, for descent control devices.
The equipment that they had versus what we have is night and day. The equipment has evolved dramatically, stuff that was not even thought of, most likely, 50 years ago.
In rescue, we have a bit of a different set of expectations for our gear. In recreation, you're often choosing a light and fast option, but in rescue, you're often choosing a bit of a more durable piece of equipment that can last a little bit longer in a little bit harder conditions. Maybe bushwhacking as a rescuer where you would never go recreationally because there's probably a better way to get there. So it's really important that the gear is quite robust and that the team provides almost all of the gear our new members require. Depending on which environment you're in, that safety equipment changes.
For winter ops, shovel, skis, you name it, personal protection equipment that we want every member to have when they go out to the field.
The other basic requirements are to stay warm, especially on the North Shore. It's often cold, it's often wet. So you have all your jackets, your extra layers.
Then we go into team equipment, and it's rope rescue equipment.
So that's your rope, your harness, and various other attachments. We call them jewelry. When you're in an avalanche environment, that's your beacon, your shovel, and your probe.
We have what's called our AMP program. That's our advanced medical providers with auto pulses and all the medication that they're able to provide. Communication is a huge thing, so we have two guys actually assigned just to radios.
Okay, connected, I got the aux signal.
We have gear for doing our hoisting. We have helicopters and night vision capability. Vehicles, we have like 7 vehicles. like really a lot of equipment. That's the vehicle side of things. And then we have Seymour SAR Station, Capgate, Cypress, and then as well Bone Creek, so 4 altogether. So with all those SAR stations, we have to outfit them. Each base has rope rescue equipment, for example. We also have what we call caches throughout the mountains. And the idea with the caches is, let's say you're in trouble, you can go to this cache, get in it, and be protected from the elements. And then there's some equipment in those caches, food, clothing. I don't think there's one piece of equipment that we have that we've never used. Like, it always comes into play at some point.
Also, we have our embassy, which is our main base in North Van. So there's a central training facility and an area to park our vehicles, command office, boardrooms. We had to develop those areas to keep the team moving forward with the amount of call volume that we had and the different tasks that were brought forward for us to deal with.
The goal is to have everything you need in your pack for 24 hours to stay safe, to stay warm, to give some basic first aid, and to make sure that you stay out of trouble over those 24 hours. And hopefully you have enough gear to also help a subject or a couple subjects if you find them.
With North Shore Rescue, the teammates, they're in it for the right reasons. Like, they want to help people. Like, it means a lot.
There you go.